Romeo, Aventura me está diciendo. Todo el reencuentro.
Señor José. Yeah. This is one of my jams.
Awesome, yeah.
Usher. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like the whole thing with Michael. It's like the hardest thing in life is Michael. That's the first thing that you do here is how to get friends.
All right, notebooks and pens, everybody.
All right. What about you? What's your notebook?
Oh, yeah, you saw it, don't worry. Just give me
What a great song. Okay. We ready? Okay, so here's the cool thing. Next parts of training are the money-making parts. So we've already covered how to connect, establish credibility, create a problem, solution, specific need. Now we're going to get into the best part. So just to clarify, what we've covered so far is how to build the value. Okay? That's a really important part of training. But when the value is really high, what doesn't matter?
The money.
No, say it again. When the value is really high, money doesn't matter. Think about the things that you valued and money didn't matter. Anyone like basketball shoes? Okay. What's the most expensive pair of basketball shoes you've purchased? What shoes? Probably basketball shoes, right?
Yeah,
150. Right? Were they like LeBron, something like that? Okay. So you value the shoe, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then you have a mom who probably doesn't, who could give two you-know-whats about shoes. And I went home and I said, Mom, I spent $200 on basketball shoes, and she would have a heart attack. What's the difference? The price isn't different. What's the difference?
The value.
The value, yeah. So when you have high value, what doesn't matter?
The price.
Yeah, and remember, what's the value of Cutco for a Mac family? Low or really high value?
High.
Yeah, because it's an investment, right? They'll spend over,
1,000.
use it how often?
Every day.
It lasts how long?
Forever.
Yeah, how many things do you know can do that? Yeah, so that's what I want to talk about today. This next section of training, brand new sheet to your notebook, on your notebook, please. Pen. I can get you one. Watch this video.
Today, the most vicious enemy any of us attack is a razor.
Just remember, we were going to show you a bunch of videos. Have you heard of Modern Marvels today? And what History Channel? Who watches History Channel? It's a show called Modern Marvels. Anyone know? Familiar with Modern Marvels?
Seen it.
Okay, so you guys don't watch that much TV. That's good. So Modern Marvels is a show that highlights like the best of the best technology of the best in industries. For example, the bullet train in Japan and in Europe, the Eiffel Tower, San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. In this case, they talk about the best kitchen knives. And of course, which knives are they talking about? Cutco. Check this out. It's pretty cool stuff before we dive in. And normally, everybody, I'll play this as we're getting to break.
Today, the most vicious enemy any of us attack with a razor-sharp blade might be a common vegetable. But there's no need to carry a 20-plus-inch katana blade into the kitchen. Cutco Cutlery of Olean, New York, claims to create the sharpest kitchen knives in the world. It all starts with a steel alloy containing chromium. For the perfect balance of strength, edge retention, and corrosion resistance, the metal will undergo a high-tech heat treatment. Now that each blank has just the right steel consistency, it's time to grind their edges. Each blank, now 95 thousandths of an inch thick, passes through an automatic grinder, which tapers its edge to just 18 thousandths of an inch. This is about 5 times as thick as a sheet of paper. But we've only gotten started. Now here comes the process that'll turn these edges into the world's sharpest. Operators manually press each blade, one side at a time, along a powered 4-inch wide moving conveyor belt, with a consistency not unlike sandpaper. In seconds, a barely visible light line appears on the rim. This is called the burr. Need a better look? The honing process grinds down the metal until the two bases meet each other at the edge. Once they do, one side of the metal curls over the other and produces the burr, which is a thin, nearly microscopic wire.
It's just a floppy piece of thread like hanging on the edge. And actually it bends back and forth, so you need to take it off so you get down to the scrape of the edge.
If the burr were not removed, the knife would act more like a saw. Polishing erases the burr.
We use a cloth buff, much as you use if you were polishing your car with an automatic buffer. The wheels are turning 3,600 RPM. So when they're turning, they're hard as a rock. What we're actually doing is polishing the edge, which actually buffs away the burr and makes it very smooth, so the edge actually glides through the foot that it's cutting.
Heated, ground, sharpened, and deburred. The cutting edge now measures a super thin 1/10,000th of an inch, 20 times thinner than a human hair. But this minute edge isn't the only measure of a sharp and effective kitchen knife. It must also keep its edge for as long as possible. What good is a knife if it can only slice well through its first pineapple? To prove its knives are superior to other brands, Cutco conducts a Catra test, an industry standard. The test simulates wear on the blade by forcing it through thin cardboard strips filled with fine granules of sand. The test will measure not only the effectiveness of its first slice, but also of its 60th.
One of the important factors that the cutlery industry wants is how sharp is this knife going to be when you buy it? And, of course, the longevity. How long is that knife going to last?
For some perspective, a butter knife takes the stage first.
What's going to happen?
It doesn't exactly make the cut.
Nothing.
Actually, it's supposed to be doing some cutting through on the test media. About all it will do is probably cut butter. It's not going to get through maybe one of our test media after 60 times.
Repeated tests help back up Cutco's claim that it's the sharpest knife you can find in a kitchen drawer.
Out-of-package sharpness will give us an average of approximately 30 cuts. Total card cut after 60 times gives us approximately 400 cuts of this test media.
Over time, however, even what's billed as the world's sharpest kitchen knife inevitably dulls. But the food it's cutting isn't necessarily the reason.
It's other things that the knife comes in contact with those dulling. China plates or glass cutting boards or very hard other surfaces.
To combat the dulling effect, Cutco manufactures a blade with an unusual edge they call the double deal. Protruding points line the lower lip of the blade and protect the sharp cutting surfaces, which hide in upper U-shaped recesses.
What's going on here is that points are what's touching the glass plate. So what's being dulled are the points, not the upper parts of the edge.
Cool. What are some of the biggest things you're taking from that video that give you confidence, facts that you like, things that just make you feel way more comfortable presenting our investment to the customer?
The way they make it sharp.
Yeah. By the way, is it just a quick overnight 2-second production? No. What do you notice? There's a lot of what? A lot of steps. So how does that make you feel? Well, when you have a lot of steps, what do you expect the quality to be like?
Great.
Yeah, the best quality. Good. What else is giving you confidence from that video? It's one of my favorite videos. You know, time out. How many of you like the video just because it's not us, it's someone outside of Cutco on the History Channel? Right? Okay, it's called credibility. Right? In fact, in there, on one of your bullets says, we're even featured in shows like Dr. Phil and Modern Marvels. Now you've seen them. Cool? Someone else had your hand. You had your hand up, didn't you? No. Other things that give you confidence.
Oh, the testing, yeah, the testing they do for it.
Yeah, did you notice? We went directly against Henkel's and Woolstock and went against the best. So you can see the difference. Cool? Okay. This next section, I want to give you now how, the tips rather, on how to close the sale. So step 6 and 7, this is where we're going to close the sale. Steps 1 through 5, we build the value, and then we close the sale. Because remember, when do we give the price of the product? In the beginning or the end?
The end.
What step?
6.
6. right? I'm gonna use. Can I put you on the spot, Chris? How come we don't put the price in the beginning? You're gonna get intimidated price because what have you not built up? Yeah, but then when the value is high, what doesn't matter? There you go. Say it again. When the price doesn't matter, I'm sorry, when the value is high, the price doesn't matter. That's why we don't do the price until after value's done. You ever try to get something from parents like senior prom? And you wanted mom and dad to pay for whatever the senior prom stuff was, and you say, well, there's a really good deal, and you get a tuxedo, and you build everything up, but what don't you say until the end? You don't say the price until the end. I want to go to this concert, and it's, fill in whoever you like. And I really like and they got these discounted seats, and normally they're like $1,500, but mom, they're only like $200 today. Right? Same thing. So and this next part is really fast. I just want to explain to you how we present the price. And it's actually a specific technique that's proven to create low pressure sales, but also gives customers lots of options. But here's the first thing. This has nothing to do with the technique. You can't prejudge your customers because you don't want to act, think, or speak like a who. One more time. Act, think, or speak like who? Yeah, you don't want to do that because then you lose what step? You don't connect and they won't listen to your value. Okay? So remember, they invest all the time. It's over 1,000, and sometimes they have buyer's remorse. But you can't prejudge a customer. That's why I don't care if you think your customers are going to buy or not. I care if they're a what?
Mac.
I care if they're a Mac. Because if they're a Mac, you have how many incomes at least?
Two
or one really big one, and you own a home, and you cook how often?
every day.
Yeah, even if you don't love to cook, you what? You have to cook because you probably have kids. And how often will that person use our product? And it lasts how long? So what's that called? Investment, yeah. So we know we have the right market when you have a Mac customer. As long as they're a Mac. But see, sometimes it's really easy for us to go, well, yeah, my auntie, she's a Mac, but she's cheap. Or my uncle, aunt, yeah, they're a Mac customer, but they're kind of tight right now because they just spend money on blank. That's called prejudging. In fact, there's a great movie, maybe before your time, it's in the 80s. It's called Pretty Woman. Who's ever seen the movie Pretty Woman? Raise your hand. So two, okay. Of course, it's a girl movie. Okay, it's got Julia Roberts, and the story. What's your favorite actress? Okay, so the story is this: Julia Roberts is a prostitute in Los Angeles. Richard Gere is this really wealthy businessman. They fall in love. The end. That's kind of the movie. There's that's the movie.
I don't need to see it.
You don't need to see it. There's a part though that really shows that you can't prejudge because she wants to go shopping. He says, honey, I'm going on this really, really, really expensive business dinner, and you're gonna be in front of my clients. You can't dress like that. He goes, okay. So here's my credit card. There's no limit. Whatever you want. And we're in Rodeo Drive. You guys know about Rodeo Drive? Yeah. It's LA. It's the most expensive shopping district, one of the most expensive shopping districts in the world. The country, rather. For sure the country. Okay. Be like, you guys anyone from Miami? Bal Harbour Mall. The Gucci, the Prada, the Louis Vuitton. That's just like 3 of many stores like that. So anyway, she goes into all these stores and they totally prejudge her.
Yeah, I think she got money.
Yeah, because they see the way she's dressed. What don't they know? She got Big Daddy Baller boyfriend who gave her the credit card, but they prejudged her. They're so rude to her. She leaves the store. She's upset. And then this is where the movie starts to pick up. And she finds a store that'll help her. And they play the Pretty Woman music and the song. And she gets all decked out. And she spends thousands of dollars on designer clothes. Now she looks all dolled up and like an actress. And then she walks by and she's got all of her shopping bags. They play the Pretty Woman song. Pretty woman, right? So she's walking and she sees the first store that was really rude to her. You guys remember that part?
Yeah, she walked in.
And what does she do? She walks in and she looks for the salesperson. Here's the part.
No, here. Hi. Oh, do you remember me? No, I'm sorry. I was in here yesterday. You wouldn't wait on me? Oh, you work on commission, right? Yes. Big mistake. Big. Huge. I have to go shopping now.
Look at her face. Right? So what happened? What happened not so good for the salesperson because she prejudged what happened? She lost sales, she lost money, she lost reputation, she lost respect. Credibility, yeah. So here's my thing. When you meet with customers, as long as they're a what? They can afford it. Even if they say they can't afford it, it's probably what? Buyer's remorse, and we can find a deal for everybody. Have you ever said, I can't afford it, but then someone gave you a deal and you're like, oh, well, I can get it now?
Yeah.
You ever saw a pair of shoes, you're like, I can't afford 150, but then, and you're like, I'm broke. And you walk in the store, sale, 125, and you're like, well, I can't pass that up. You're still same amount of money you have, but now all of a sudden, you got a good value. Okay, so let me show you, and it's going to look like this. I'm going to draw it on the board. It's a lot easier for me. So new sheet of paper, turn it sideways again. And the philosophy of how we present prices is very similar to high-end luxury car sales. Not high-pressure car sales, not those stereotypical high-pressure used car salespeople. I'm talking about if you go to BMW, Lexus, or that type of a dealership or higher. Okay, we're very similar in the sense that we give lots of options to the customer. Okay, we give lots of options to the customer. So if you walk into a BMW dealership, there are different models, and the three most popular and most sold models are the 7, the 5, and the 300 series. Okay, if you don't know much about Mercedes or BMW or Lexus, the number indicates the kind of model, and it indicates the type of engine and the performance. Of course, the higher the model, the higher the material, which means the higher the material, what also goes up?
The price.
The price. So which one's the most expensive? The 3, the 5, or probably the 7?
The 7.
Yeah, which one's the biggest? The 3, 5, or 7?
7.
Right. So when you walk into the dealership, the dealer, let's say Minji walks in with his wife, and I'm the salesperson. When you walk up to Minji, they'll right away show you the first one. They'll show you the 700. Okay? They don't prejudge. Why? Because what don't they know? I don't know about Minji. Right? Imagine if Minji walked in and based on his clothes, watch, what if I did this? Hey, nice to meet you. Minji, nice to meet you. Okay? You looking for a BMW? I think we have some used 300s in the back. Let me show you the used ones in the back. Imagine if you walked in, that's how people treated you. Based on your color of your skin, how you look. They don't know. Some of the wealthiest people that I know don't act wealthy. You don't know. And some of the people that look the wealthiest have the littlest amount of money. There's a true story. There's a book of one of the most successful car dealers and car salespeople in the Midwest, specifically like the Detroit area known for cars. And they speak of him being at the dealership, and for example, 2 little high school kids would come into the dealership, and no one wanted to talk to him. Like, oh, what a waste of time, these 2 high school kids. And he said, you know what? You got to service everyone, so we give good attention. What no one knew is that the really, really wealthy mommy and daddy said, go to the dealership, pick out the cars, we'll buy them tomorrow. He got all the sales. And then another part of the book, there's a wealthy farmer who no one knew was wealthy. He came in his overalls, he had manure from the farm, just looking like a dirty farmer. No one wanted to talk to him because he wasn't a big customer. Got to know him, gave him the time of day. And the farmer said, you know, I own that farm, and it's the farm that supplies a national distribution of whatever crop, aka multi-millionaire. So he said, you know what, not only am I going to buy my car from you, my whole family, because I'm the grandfather, my whole family will only buy from you. So what happened to that guy? Yeah, why? Because he didn't do what?
Prejudge.
Didn't prejudge. You can't prejudge. Remember, when you find yourself prejudging, you're probably acting and thinking and speaking like a who?
College student.
College student, okay? So remember that. So they show you the 700 series first, but which one do they show you? The base model or fully loaded?
Fully loaded.
Why Minji? Why would I show Minji the fully loaded 700? Because at the end, even if he isn't planning on getting it, how is he going to feel about BMW? He's going to go, I want that. Right? What's the excitement, low or high?
High.
Right, and you want to create that. So let's say Minji and his wife go on a 700 series fully loaded test drive. We come back and I say, so Minji, what do you think? Fully loaded? And he goes, you know, that's really out of it. That we weren't planning on spending $85,000 today. Am I going to go, oh yeah? Why don't you get the hell out and buy a Honda? Am I going to say that? No! That's rude and you'll get fired. Right? What does he say? Does he say, oh, well, then we have nothing for you? He says, no. Okay, no problem. If he's smart, is he going to be high pressure or low pressure?
Low pressure.
So he'll just ask what?
What are you looking for?
Yeah, questions. Why ask questions? Because now it's not on him, it's on who? So what do you think is a very natural question? Ready? The most natural question they'll ask is, okay, no problem. Just so I know, was it the price or was it too many pieces, too many options? Right? That's a question. So, okay, was it okay, no problem. Just so I know, was it the price or too many options? And if it's the price, and here's the thing, right? Ask the question. Is it the price? Too many options. If they say, oh, it's the price. Oh, we can't afford it. Oh, that's too much. What's probably happening?
Buyer's remorse.
Or it's not in their budget. Either, no, we just feel like it's a lot because we have buyer's remorse, or that's not what we were planning on spending. Are both of those okay?
Yes.
Will those happen all the time with Mac customers? Yeah, same thing here. So if the customer says, oh, I can't afford it, who's ever gone to buy a car before? Anyone know? Okay. So the dealer doesn't say, oh, you know what, let me find a different car. They'll say, oh, it was the price? Okay, well, give me 1 second. Let me call my manager. And what do they try and do with the manager? Let me talk to the manager so I can what?
Reduce the price.
Wheel and deal. And what will the salesperson do?
Get happy.
Try to, sure. But what will they'll call the manager and try and do what? Work out a different price. And they'll say, Minji, okay, since it's the price, it's pretty cool. And they'll talk to the manager, like, oh, you can do that? Okay, hold on 1 second. And right, you can do that, and they'll work out a price, and they'll say, you know, instead of talk to my manager, and what do they do? Cross it out, and they give you a cheaper price. What are they doing? They're trying to work out a deal. I want one more time. Work out a
deal.
Yeah, and we do the same thing too. Whenever you have a customer and we show them our 700 series, if they say no, we just say, oh, no problem. Was it the price or too many options? And if it's the price, what do we also do? Work out a deal. And who do you call?
You.
Yeah, the manager. Same thing. Okay, so we'll talk about that. Let's say they say, oh, you know what, it's too many options. No, it's not the price. Like, we can afford it, but that's not the budget, and that's just too much of a car for me. So what is the salesperson going to do? Is he going to say, oh, let me go to the back and find you a used BMW? Which car do they go to? Which one do they show you?
The 5.
Which 5?
The
Fully loaded, yeah. And if they say no to the fully loaded 5, which one do they go to?
The 300.
The 300, or the base 5.
Yeah, the base.
And then after the base 5, which one do they go to? Okay. This is what I want you to write in your notes. That whole process, this technique, is a low-pressure technique. Called dropping down. Okay? It's very similar. We offer a lot of options. The customer says no. We ask a very comforting question. Okay, no problem. Because we want the customer to know it is no problem. Is it the price or too many options? And if it's the price, what do we try and do?
Work out a deal.
Work out a deal. If it's too many options, what do we do? If it's too many options, what do we do? Show them the next one. Okay? We do the same thing. I'll stop there. Does everyone understand this concept?
Yes.
Okay. What does asking this question eliminate from this whole process?
Do you have to turn it around?
Number 1, leaving. What else does asking these very soft questions, unintimidating questions, remove from this process?
Connecting with the
Yeah, you keep connection, you remove being what? High
Pressure.
pressure. Okay? When you ask questions, you're high pressure. When you're high pressure, what do? You don't ask questions, you what?
Find a solution.
No, you talk. You talk at people. The people who are low pressure don't do a lot of talking, they do a lot of what?
Listening.
They listen to the customers. And how do you get the customer to talk? You ask lots of
Questions.
There you go. Got it? Okay. So for example, in our company, we also have a 7, R500, and R300 series. Okay. Our 700 series is the one you already know. It's the first set we show them. It's called the Homemaker Plus 8. Okay. It's the set right in front of Bernice over here. It's the set for people who, if you remember, what's the set for? People who what?
Like to cook.
Have
to cook.
to cook. It's the basic. Okay? We start with that. Why else, and I skipped this by accident, why else does a BMW start with 7 and not 300?
To show
Not to prejudge, but why else?
Because if they get the sale, they get the
Yeah,
highest
if they like it, they get the highest sale. But also, it's easier to go down than it is to add more money. It's easier to, oh, you're going to get the Jordans? Okay, do you want to get the more expensive Jordans? I'm okay. Versus, hey, do you want to get the deluxe Jordans? No. Okay, how about the normal Jordans? Okay, how about the discounted Jordans? How about the used Jordans? Don't buy used Jordans. Okay. So that's the homemaker. This is the set you already know. This is if you have to cook. And we do the same thing. We start with this. Now, in BMW, if you may not know, they actually have a series that's above the 7 series. You guys know what, you know what it is? What's it called? Anyone know the series? It's a letter. That's the dealer.
SR?
M.
M.
Okay.
Is that the one with the little
Little
blue
M.
and red?
Yes, it's a blue and red M. Yep. M series. Okay. M essentially means performance, high performance. Okay. When you add an M to the M6, M5, M3, it's the same car, but with like on steroids. Okay. With the racing version of it. They don't start with the M series though. When you walk in, like let's say Minji walks in and I see his wife and there's a 700. It's like, oh, you here first time ever? Looking BMW, great. Let me show you the M series. Oh man, how come we don't show them the M series?
So that's too high.
We don't want to what?
Scare
them. Okay, same thing here. We also have 2 M series that we show later if they like to cook and if they love to cook. But we start for sure with what if you have to cook. Okay. And by the way, does BMW sell M series?
No.
Does BMW sell a lot of M series?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. A lot. Every time?
No.
No. But when do they show the M series? When do they show the M series? In what situations, like Minji's the customer, when do they show the M series?
Customer asks for it.
They okay, three ways. If they what?
Ask for it.
If they say, hey Jeff, what's the best? All right. M series. It's the best. And it's easier to what if you have to? It's easier to drop down. What's a second reason why a dealership would show the M series to Minji and his wife? If they what? Oh, well, or if they ask, yeah. What's another reason? Give me another reason. Yeah, they're wowed, right? Right. So you show them the 7, fully loaded. They go through a test drive, and at the end, would you like to get it? And they say what?
No.
They're like, yeah, I got it. So is the dealer going to go, okay, cool, we'll sell you that car? No, they'll say, actually, let me show you. Hey, let me show you. Why? Because what don't you know?
Black M's.
They might get the M series. Because if this is no problem, same thing. When you show them a homemaker and they say yes right away, we're going to show them the M series. Because odds are 50-50, they'll probably get the higher one. Because you probably are dealing with someone who doesn't have to cook, but what? Like or loves to cook. That's what you're dealing with. Got it? Okay, cool. So, oh, side note. So when they say no to the homemaker, if they say no to the 7 series, they get the hell out and buy a Honda?
No.
We go to the next one, right? Here, if they say no to the homemaker, let's say, I want you to say no, okay? So, do you want to get the homemaker today, Mrs. Jones? Okay, get the hell out and go buy Wusthof. You can't tell them to get the hell out. Why? Where are you?
You at work.
No, you can't tell the customer to get the hell out. Why? Where are you?
Their home.
You're in their house, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So, what we do is we go to the next set. Our set is called the galley. Plus 6, okay? And the plus, 8 plus 6 represents how many table knives are at the bottom. So the homemaker has plus 8 at the bottom, and in the back here, this is the galley, plus 6 at the bottom, okay? This set is the perfect set for people who have to cook, right? But they just need a little bit of a discount to feel good about it. Like, this is the perfect buyer's remorse. Like, okay, I know that's perfect, but I just can't. Okay, I can do that one. It's one step down. It's the same set as the homemaker, except what we did is we removed the barbecue set and the protector. That's all. So we just took out that, There's the galley. So perfect for people where the homemaker is just a little bit too much. Okay? Let me show you the other two real quick. So there's the signature. Plus 10. And then the complete. Plus 12. This is if you like to cook. This is what?
Loves to cook.
Yeah, if you love to cook. You guys remember this from this morning, right? Have to cook. What does that mean again? You have kids, good to fun. Like to cook, take a look. I'll show you the difference. Like to cook, it's just a little bit bigger. It's only got 3 more tools. Have to cook, signature only has 3 more tools, and instead of 8 table knives, you get 10, and it also comes with the scissors already. And then the complete, of course, is all the accessory tools. Cool. Okay, now I'll teach you. We have a workshop tomorrow if you're interested in learning how to sell the 2 bigger ones. How many of you have some customers that you think they like to cook or they love to cook? Okay, I'll teach you how to sell those. And of course, what happens to your commission on those? Yeah, those are a lot bigger. Okay. So galley plus 6. This is perfect for people if, yeah, complete, sorry. Signature and complete. If they say no to the galley, let me show you the galley, sorry. So here's the galley. If they still say no to the galley, we have other options. In fact, we have 8 starter sets. Right? Just to get started with Cutco. It's not really a full set, but if they just need, you know, this is like extreme buyer's remorse. Right? Like they just bought a whole new car. Right? They just bought a brand new car and they have like extreme buyer's remorse, but they just want to help you out and get something. It's a starter set, okay, or a gift. Okay, so for example, after the galley set, here's the essential set. This is like the perfect single person set. If you're single, right? Sandwich knife, meat knife, air, serving, veggie chopper. Okay. This is the studio set. This is if you're lucky enough and mom and dad love you and they want to get their kid a nice set for the dorm or for the apartment. Watch, because this is like for a student. Sandwich, meat, small, air. That's it. Right? Now, can a mom who cooks every day for her kids, can she get by with this one?
No.
No, this is for like a college student, right? So this is the space saver. This is designed for people with a second home, either like a trailer, a boat, a vacation home, guest home. It's also easier in terms of the space because you can store the block in a smaller area. Okay. We have 2 starter sets that come in trays for the same exact reason, for a second home, vacation home, or just a really great starter gift. And then we have the gourmet set, which has only the big knives, the big accessory knives for more gourmet type cooking, like sushi, advanced cuisine, and so forth. Got it? Okay. Now, if the customer still says no, we have more options also. If they want to, they can do what's called a 3 or 5 piece custom set. They can do a 3 or 5 piece custom set. What does custom mean?
They
pick it. Okay, so they make their own set. They just pick. And why do you think we show them this page though? Like when they want to pick a set, how come we don't show them these 2? We show them this page. It's the most essential. It's the basic set. So they pick 3 to 5. They make their own set. We put a price. We sell them the set. Okay. That way, worst case, customer feels good. Why? Because they pick the set that they want. Worst case. This is like worst case scenario. This would be like if you have to sell a used BMW. Is that okay for BMW? Yeah. Will they still take that sale?
Yeah.
Are they still happy with that transaction? Yeah. Used BMW. Question. One second. Okay. Write your question down for me. Now, if the customer absolutely needs to, okay, remember, we will work out some type of a deal. If you notice, I don't even put down if they just want to get 1 knife. I don't even put it down there. Because that would be like getting a BMW tire. Just the tire. Right? Can you imagine? So, Mr. Minji, did you want to go ahead and get the 7 Series? No. You want to buy a tire? Is that at all like buying the car?
No.
Can you drive a tire?
No.
Is that even close to the BMW experience?
No.
The ultimate driving machine? No. 1 tire. How come I don't want you to sell 1 knife? Can a customer buy 1 knife? Yes. The company will take the order. We will take their money. I don't want you to sell a customer 1 knife because then you're giving really bad customer service. Why?
Trying to give them the full experience.
Yeah. What are they doing? So they take that knife, that 1 knife, and what will they use it for?
Everything.
And how often will they use it?
Everything.
And how long would that one last? Not forever. How fast will that dull? Less than 10 years, and then they'll call and they'll say, oh, I'm not really happy with Cutco because it doesn't last that long. And that's not Cutco's fault. It's our fault because we didn't give them a set. Sets are way better for a customer, right? So far, so good? Okay, good. So let me do this real quick. 40, 400, 4,000. This is also, you guys watch American football?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you hike the ball, what's the goal of every offensive play? Is to score a touchdown. First down, or touchdown ideally, right? This is, when you hike the ball, we want you to sell a homemaker. That's the goal every time. Do you always score a touchdown every time?
No.
Are there teams that score more touchdowns than normal?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Those are like the better reps here. Same thing. Okay. So this would be like a touchdown. But what are some things that are still positive if it's not a touchdown? Field goal. This is a field goal, 3 points. What's still positive? You said it earlier. What's still positive? First down. Yeah. Right. This is like a few yards. Okay. And this is like sack. No, we don't do that. Okay. Oh, and here this would be like the Super Bowl. This would be like the game-changing play. Like you're that 60-yard catch that changes the game, or you're that run that really changed the game. And this is like you're the MVP of the game. Like you got the game ball. Okay? Now, here's one thing I want to share with you. If you're a coach and you got someone who's dropping touchdowns all the time, bad or really good?
Bad. Oh, I mean, no.
Say it again. Bernice, if someone's scoring touchdowns all the time, bad or really good?
Really good.
Really good. So do you want to mess with that player's mojo?
No.
Do you want to take him out of the game?
No.
Do you want to try and change what they're doing? No, you just let, in this case, I hate it. You let Tom Brady be Tom Brady. He's so good, right? You just let him do his thing. That's the same thing here. If someone is selling consistently on the bigger sets, we say, you know what? We don't have to super coach that person. Do we see them?
Yes.
What days?
Wednesdays
and Sundays. But other than that, that's kind of their own thing. Okay. But let's say you have someone who is constantly kind of breaking even or getting sacked. If you're smart, what do you do to make sure they don't get hurt? You call timeout. What do? You adjust. You take them out of the game. You talk to them. You do some coaching plans. Same thing here. So if someone here is not on the averages, we do what's called a timeout. Now, in football, if you call a timeout, is that player fired?
No.
Are they off the team?
No.
Are they in trouble? No. It means they just need coaching. Same thing here. If someone's below average, if someone is the caboose, guess what? That just means we need to give that person more attention. We stop their appointments because just like a quarterback, if you put them back in too soon, they're probably going to continue to lose and they might get hurt. What might get hurt here? Your money. So if someone's not hitting the averages, what we do is we pull them into the office. We have one-on-one coaching. Got it? So now let me give you the ranges here. Sorry, wrong way. %70 of your orders are going to be between 40, and I definitely want you to get this down. 70% of your orders are going to be between 40 and 400 bucks. 70%. In other words, most of your orders are not the 1,000 plus. They're not investments. Most of your orders are going to be, I got buyer's remorse. I'm going to get something smaller. See that? Most of your orders are not investments. What's an investment? How much? Over?
1,000.
Yeah. Most of your orders are not investments because you deal with a lot of Mac customers. Life is crazy and you're investing all the time, which means you have what type of ill feeling all the time? Buyer's remorse. So a lot of times your sales are for people where we help work out a deal because they feel uncomfortable. We find a set that works for them. And we help you do that. Okay. But 30% are 400 to 4,000. We do have a third of our sales roughly are investments. Okay. So can I give you some tips on how to sell both? Right?
Yes.
First tip for these sales, for basically here. Okay. My tip is when a customer says no to the first option, what's the first option? Homemaker, which is the 7 series. When we say, would you like to get it today? When they say no, remember, don't act, think, or speak like a and most likely they're dealing with what? Buyer's remorse. Just remember that. Don't lose enthusiasm because you have to work out a deal and go lower. Right? Oh, okay, Miss Bernice, no problem. Well, just so I know, was it the
Price.
or too many?
Options.
Yeah. Oh, it's too many options. Oh, okay. Well, let me show you the next one. No, but you want to get that one? No. That's right. Oh, okay. Well, I'll show you the other ones then.
I don't want it anymore.
Say it again.
I don't want it.
Why would you want to buy from me if I'm sad puppy dog? Because you didn't buy the big one. So my biggest piece of advice is when you have to go lower, instead of dropping enthusiasm, what would really help you? Yeah, because when you raise enthusiasm, as you go down, what does that show to the customer?
So good.
Still a great product, and you're not there for you. You're there for who?
Yeah.
You're there to help them. Versus, you want to get this one? The homemaker? No. The gallery? No. I'm fine. You just want to. So ready now, you become the high pressure salesperson that's just there because you want to make money. I'm not training you to do that. You guys believe in the product?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why you sell it, not because you just want to make money. Now you will make money, trust me. But it's because of the product. That's my first tip. But my other tip is don't act, think, or speak like a
College.
When you do sell 1,000 or 2,000, your first order that's 3,000, don't act like it's a lot of money because it's not if you're showing who? Not customers, and you might make them feel uncomfortable. Right?
Yeah.
I want you to say yes. Okay, so Uncle John or Tio and Tia, did you want to get the $2,000 set today?
Yes.
Really? Like, don't act surprised. Why? Because then how does that make them feel? Like no one else what?
Wants it.
Like no one else buys it. So why are you so, what should the reaction be?
Oh, that's good. That's great.
You ever go to Best Buy? I'm telling you, going to Best Buy will help you make more money. You go to Best Buy, watch someone buy a $2,000 television. The salesperson doesn't go, oh, really? John, aisle 8, he's going to do it. He's going to do it? Oh my God, someone actually is going to buy that TV. No! What does he say? Cool. Smart choice. Awesome television.
Is there anything else?
You gotta, is there anything, say it again.
Anything else?
Oh, I love you. That's advanced. Yeah. So now that you're getting the TV, have you thought about the wiring? Have you thought about the PlayStation? Have you thought, okay, the stand? It's called accessorizing. Okay. So I'm going to stop there before I teach you how to close. What's your biggest takeaways from the way, the process, where we start, this, and all the tips? What's your biggest takeaways? Give me one thing from
All
you.
the options that you have.
There are a lot of options. And do we start with the biggest option?
No.
No, we start with the most common option. Okay. What can we always do? Go up. And when do we go up?
They're interested.
When they're really interested in this, or you said earlier.
Cooking, they love it.
Say it again.
They love it.
Would they love to cook? They say, show me the best one. And you go there. Okay. If they say no, do we freak out?
No.
If we say no, do we keep talking?
Yes.
Yes, but do we talk at them or ask questions?
Ask questions.
What's the question we ask? Is it too much for the,
Price.
or too many?
Options.
Yeah. If it's too much for the price, what are you going to do?
Make it
Right.
real.
Will and deal, and you call the manager. I'll teach you that tomorrow. Okay. If it's too many options, what do? You bring it down to the next option. It's all in the book. Just read the book. Okay. How come we don't promote one knife?
Because we're not really making anything.
Okay, you're not making anything.
It's not going to be used properly.
Yeah, it's not used properly. It's like one hammer. Exactly. It's like just ready, Brittany. It's like one pair of heels, and that's it. Oh no. Ever, right? And then what's the thought on this one? Whenever you have to drop down, don't what?
Yeah.
Don't lose enthusiasm, because then you appear like you're what?
Interested.
Just to make money. Yeah, you should increase. And what happens when you do sell the investments? 1, 2, 3,000. Don't act what? Don't act surprised. Act ready. Act like the Best Buy guys. Cool. Of course. It makes sense. Got it? Okay. Awesome. Let's do this. Let's take a quick 5-minute stretch, and then when I'm going to come back, I'm going to teach you how to close the sale, and then after that, we're going to finish the rest of trade today. Cool. So take 5. Next step.
Again.